well, let's check out what's happening with my maybe gasser build. I think so. So what I've done today is I've got all the sheet metal that I took off last night as a unit. I took it all apart, kept what was salvageable. Like I say, front fenders are garbage, but I've got other fenders that are perfect, so that didn't bother me any. Looks like it was originally like a white color at one point, and then it had many colors. I see green up in here, I see green, I see red, all sorts of colors, black obviously. So anyway, got that all apart, and look, I guess I know where some of the roadsides went. That there was all, I know, in here. Look at this floor pan. Absolutely nothing left. Driver's side is nowhere near as bad. Actually, the driver's side is, I don't know what's under that patch over there, but I think the driver's side is pretty damn solid, but I'm pretty certain I'm going to put a complete floor in. I will figure it out. What I'll do is I'll get under here, and if the driver's side braces are all good, which I highly doubt they are, then maybe I'll just get a floor for this side. But if they're gone, which I know they probably are, I'm just, you know what, for the amount of money and time, you're better to put a whole new floor in it, and that's the truth, and that's probably the route I'll go. Gutted the dash out, ripped all the wiring out, got everything out of there, left the column in so I can still move it around a bit. Was cleaning up some of the paint just around here, around the window, because it was quite thick, because I'm going to be replacing this whole quarter, right? So the quarter comes right up into here, like it's all of it. But if this is solid, to be quite honest, it's a bunch of work to drill all that shit out. I would sooner just cut it down in here and just weld it across here. So I'll take the new quarter that I do get, and I'll just cut that section off it. Alright, and then I'd come straight across where the seam is, like right up in here where they go. It comes right into the chunk, so we'll do all that, but just eliminate that piece probably. Yeah, so just playing right now, not getting too carried away. You can't really do the rocker. I was thinking about the rocker because I do have the rocker, but you can't really do the rocker because the rocker's going to attach to the front, but it needs to attach to the back, which it needs to on the back. It's going to have to attach to the quarter panel. So kind of, you know, you can't really do much there. So we'll start with the quarter is where we'll go. But it's, you know, it's late afternoon now. It's like 4:35ish, whatever. I'm just kind of spending a couple hours every evening on this while the weather's still nice in September. And then come October, well then I've got a spot back in the shop again where the Model A was. This will go there. And like I said, I'm going to be bouncing around this year. I don't have anything specific I'm going to be working on. The wagon, I got to do a little bit of work to that, put the AC in it and a couple things here and there. So I probably got a good 2-3 weeks on the wagon I want to do. I'm going to play with this with just what I've got here. When I run out of parts, I don't know. And then my Model A, I'm hoping to at least get the door panels and seat upholstered in that, but that's not really me. I don't do upholstery. But what I do have I'm going to be working on is another vehicle, and you'll see it soon. It's going to be a fun one too, for anybody else out there that likes 49 to 51 Ford shoe boxes. I've got one of those I'm going to be working on. So that's it. So this fall is just gonna, I don't really normally jump around on vehicles because I don't like to do that because you lose focus. But I don't mind the wagon. The wagon's a turnkey driver, so I do a little bit to it every fall and keep driving it. So that one's okay. But between this Chevy and this shoebox I'm going to be working on, neither one are runners. And I find sometimes when you're playing with two at once, if you just focused on the one and spent the money there, you would have had that one on the road. But this year, like I say, I'm trying to do what I can with those two cars with what parts and pieces I got around here, and not spend much money this winter. I'm going to save some money up. I've time to save up some money, and then we'll go from there. So that's it. Hope you enjoy what you saw there. And what else can I tell you? Oh, got my buddy's, you might like to see this, my buddy's 56 Ford. He came in, he thought the water pump was gone, so he would clean little car. He brought this car in, but it wasn't. Let me see if I can get this open. Hang on a second, I'll set the camera down. Oh, where is the old girl? Come on, baby. There we go. Okay. So So he's got the old Y block in there. He thought the water pump was going. Now normally on water pumps, not necessarily. It's usually they have a weep hole. They leak when they're going, but usually when the bearing goes, it doesn't necessarily weep. It might make noise, but there's no noise there. There's no movement in the bearing. Right? There's just nothing. The generator was making a hell of a racket. So I took the belt off and I fired the car up and it was quiet. Obviously none of this was going, and then I put the belt back on. I listened to it again more carefully, and it was coming from the generator. So I took the generator actually out of the car, and I set it on the ground, and I spun it, and holy shit, was that thing ever making a racket. It just sounded like it was metal on metal in there. So probably the rear bearing and the forward bearing are gone, because it was still charging. So anyway, I took it down to, I don't get involved in rebuilding those. I don't have the parts or pieces, and it's not my thing. I don't know enough about it to do it. I took it down to an electrical shop in town here, and they've got it. And of course now they'll probably have it for a day or two, because when I dropped it off, the guy was like, well, you know, he's an older guy and he's really good at what he's doing, but he's like, well, I'll look at it sometime tomorrow. You know, I'm busy here, and just remember, you know, I'm always behind. I'm like, oh boy, okay. So anyway, it is what it is, right? So yeah, so we're gonna put his generator on. Don't worry about his water pump now. Bolt it all back together, and then maybe just play with his clutch pedal adjustment. He wants to do something there, and that's it. Then he's back on the road. So hopefully that turns up soon. But that's all I got to show you. That is all for today, folks. So hey, second video on the 55 Gasser, or what? Don't know. But I'm glad that everybody liked the name Bitchy Bertha, and everybody's named her BB. BB. BB sounds okay, I guess. See you next time.